Good morning, friends. I will be sharing with you today out of the Gospel of Matthew. And also, my name is Amelia. I've realized that I did not share that with you last time. So, may the Lord be on my mind, on my lips, and on my heart. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father in heaven. Many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name? Did we not drive out demons in your name? Did we not do mighty deeds in your name? Then I will declare to them solemnly, I never knew you. Depart from me, you evildoers. Everyone who listens to these words of mine and acts on them will be like a wise man who built his house on rock. The rain fell, the floods came, and the winds blew and buffeted the house, but it did not collapse. It had been set solidly on rock. And everyone who listens to these words of mine but does not act on them will be like a fool who built his house on sand. The rain fell, the floods came, and the winds blew and buffeted the house, and it collapsed and was completely ruined. When Jesus finished these words, the crowds were astonished at his teaching, for he taught them as having one authority, and not as their scribes. The word of the Lord. So this gospel reading was from the optional memorial for St. Anselm's feast day. And the first time I heard of St. Anselm was in college, learning about his ontological argument for the existence of God. I'm not going to bore you with the details of that, but basically what I wanted to kind of say about what I remember learning from that philosophy class or whatever it was, and learning about St. Anselm was that he knew his words mattered. He knew what he said mattered, and he knew that whatever he was arguing for mattered. The verse that stood out to me most in the gospel reading here was at the very end when it says, when Jesus finished these words, the crowds were astonished at his teaching, for he taught them as having one authority and not as their scribes. Our words have a lot of meaning, and I think I've noticed this throughout my life, but a lot in this time of quarantine and the time of the pandemic here, being on social media probably too much, but knowing that you can have either a positive or a negative effect on the people who are perceiving you. I've read, like I said, probably way too many different things, different ideas, different opinions on social media in the last few weeks. And I think it's very interesting to see how many people post their feelings, how many people post their opinions, and how many people, I think, don't tend to think past the fact that their words matter. And I know I've been called out on it even in the last few weeks, posting things that are brush or negative to a group of people. And I'm very glad that people have called me out on that. But I think just considering this week, and always, as you know, some of us have done at the beginning of these videos, praying for God to always be on our lips, I think, and on our minds, is a very important thing to do, and knowing that our words are such a powerful way to touch people and to reach people, and that they're never like it's never a plateau when it comes to like reaching people. It's a positive or negative thing. So just pray with that, sit with that, and see how that affects you today. We're praying for you, and we love you, and Jesus loves us all. See you in the next one.